Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a get ready with me makeup edition, and so I wanted to talk you through some of the things that I have learned. It follows up on the series that I did last week in terms of foundation matching, and in this video I'm just going to be talking through a few makeup tips that I have picked up along the way that have really helped while applying my makeup, as well as sharing with you my favorite lip combo. And so let's just jump right in. Let's start with prepping the skin before we apply our foundation. One of the things I have picked up along the way is that if I start my skin with a face that hasn't been prepped, then the foundation application isn't as flawless and seamless as I'd like it to be. And so I've already applied moisturizer, but it's dried down over the course of the morning, and so if that's happened, then I will usually go ahead and start off with a spray. For this video I'm going to be using the Clinique Moisture Surge face spray, and I just generously apply it this way in my face, and then I let it dry down just a little bit. This way my face then is got moisture and is hydrated, and then I can go in with my primer. My second tip for combination skin is to use primers that target your specific areas. So because my T-zone generally gets oilier than the rest of my skin, then I only apply my primer around this area here, where I would generally get dry, and I use a hydrating primer, and this one that I'm using today is the Strobe Cream Hydrant. What do they call it? Yes, well, it's the Strobe Cream. It's quite hydrating and it's illuminating, and so I love it because it's perfect for this specific area here. And then I leave the areas where my T-zone area, I leave that untouched because it will generally become very oily as the day goes by. So I just apply it on my specific areas. And that's it. That's all I need. Look at that. I love the way it applies. It's just so, it feels so moisturizing. Perfect, right? For today's video, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible. I've done a video on my review of this. I really love this. It's got CC cream qualities to it, in that it's got SPF, and it's got vitamin C, and it's long wearing, so it's kind of perfect for everyday makeup. I just got 2 pumps. That's it, very little, and then I apply it across my face. So my next tip is to just layer your foundation as you go along. So start off with a light layer. I've only used the first pump to kind of press on the foundation, and then if I feel like I need more, then I'll add more. But it gives you a lot more control, and it gives a more flawless finish in my experience. And so give that a try. Start off with, I've put 2 pumps here, but then I start off with the first pump, and then I'll go on. If I don't feel like I need the second pump, I won't use it. If I do, then it gives me that again, more coverage but flawless. So you see, this is a very light layer, and then I'm just going to carry on and add to the areas that I feel like needs more coverage. And then we just carry on. Alright, so this is the base. Look how seamless that looks. So, next tip is with regards to concealer. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the number 50. It's a color corrector and a concealer. And so I'm going to use this. This is pretty full coverage. And just apply it where you need it. My next tip is to apply the concealer only in the areas where you need it and not necessarily apply it all the way across. I do apply my concealer across on some days depending on the concealer, especially if it's a little more sheer in its texture. But if it's full coverage, then I use a little bit, and again I will layer it up if I need to, but generally I will use just a little bit, and I'll also let it dry down, which is again another tip in terms of concealer. Don't blend it in immediately, rather just let it dry down a little bit and let it give it time to just dry down, because that way you have more control in how you blend your concealer. I have tried using concealer across, like I've seen other YouTubers and makeup artists do, but I don't like the overall look on my face, so I don't do that. I just use it where I need it, and that's it. I leave it at that. Okay, let's go in and blend now. Another thing I don't like doing is going all the way up to my lash line, because I just, oh, there we go. I don't like going all the way up to my lash line because I feel like I lose so much dimension and just, what do you call it? Like shape, the shape of my eye. I don't like the way it looks. It kind of gives me a flat, it flattens out my area here. And I find it hard to come back with an eyeshadow to basically give those dimensions again. So I tend to rather just leave it down here and then add the eyeshadow where I need to place it, where I need it to be. When you go up this way, then it gives you a lot more like a lifting. You can still see my eye, it hasn't flattened out. If I went all the way up to the top, it actually makes my eye look a little smaller, which I don't want to do. Alright, let's go to the other side. Okay, now we are going to get into contouring. Alright, with contouring, I'm using this kind of angled brush. And I'm also using the MAC Studio Fix in NW 55 Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I literally, I apply so little because I don't like any harsh lines, and so I don't apply my contour directly to my face anymore because I don't like how it looks. It's a lot harder to blend seamlessly, and so I'll just go direct and use it more like a bronzer than a contour. You see how much softer that looks? And I mean, you can go a lot more. Again, you can layer up, but because it's during the day, I don't think you need that much. And light layer is good, I think. See, here needs a little more blend. So we blend. There we go. That's what we have so far. Now we're going to go into eyebrows and then blush in the eye area. Or should I start with the eye area? Let's start with the eye area. Another tip is that if you're a beginner and you feel a little intimidated by eyeshadows, then using the same color that you're using for your bronzer or your contour is perfect for your eyelid. It gives the perfect bronze, I find, or the perfect skin tone where you see color but it's a really subtle and a beautiful finish. And so use the same thing, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's get into the eyes. Very easy. You don't have to be perfect or precise with this. You literally just apply it across your lid. And you see that color? Really subtle. And then what I'm going to do is do the same thing at the bottom. I'm going in with a liquid eyeliner for a cat eye, and that's my next step. One thing I forgot to do is to powder my concealer area right under my eyes. I do very little because I don't like it when it looks too powdery. I feel like it ages you, so really a little goes a long way when using powder under your eyes. I'm using a translucent powder, which is another tip that I would give you if you're starting out. If you're looking for a powder for under your eyes, I would go for a translucent one because I just feel like it gives you less flashback, so you don't see the white or yellow powder coming through your makeup. It really is just so seamless and a flawless overall look. Now, when I say a little bit, I literally am talking a dab like that. And then I shake it off. And here we go. Literally just enough to dry to set the concealer. But again, I don't want powdery. On this side. Alright, now we're doing eyebrows, and yeah, I don't really have a tip for this, so we're just gonna get into it. Okay, I lied. One tip, I do have a tip for your eyebrows. One tip I would give is to define your eyebrows with a concealer, but only underneath and not on top. Let me show you how I do it. So I use a very small brush. And again, just a little bit. So I'll just take off. It just gives your eyebrows a lot more definition. It gives such a beautiful clean look. Next we're going to do blush, and my tip for blush is, if you're my skin tone, if you have warm undertones, I would advise that you go for oranges, coral oranges, pinks. Those look so beautiful on warm undertones. And I'm using the black opal one. It's a pink. I'm just trying to see. It's called Woo, and it's quite pink, but I love the way it just looks on my skin. There you go, look at that. Just a little bit, but it does a thing. I love blush. Blush might be one of my favorite makeup items or products. I just love the way it looks on black skin. I just think it's so gorgeous. It gives sun-kissed and beautiful, and I love it. Alright, and then finally I'm gonna use mascara. Anyone who has contact lenses, I would recommend this. What is it? Lash Paradise. It's for sensitive eyes, and I honestly have had no problems using this, because I find with other mascaras my eyes get irritated and my contact lenses get irritated, and so it's really hard to find one that works. But this one by L'Oreal, the Lash Paradise, is beautiful. Love it. And now I'm just gonna lightly lash the bottom lines, my bottom lashes. My final tip is an everyday nude glossy look, and I like using this iconic lip liner from MAC. This is the Cork. Now if you're a brown girl and you're a makeup beginner, I would suggest that you buy the lip liners Cork and Chestnut from MAC. They are iconic for a reason. They suit so many brown girls skin tones and variations, and so go for Cork, go for Chestnut, and that's what I'm going to start off with. Next thing, you want to go in with a pinky nude in the middle of your lips, and so we have the NYX Lingerie here. This is the baby doll nude. And then I'll add a little more at the top. See, it gives a gradient. Gives a gradient effect. How beautiful is that? You could literally just leave it at this and that's your look, but we're not. Alright, and to top it all off, I'm going to use a Fenty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate. Yes, in Hot Chocolate, and that's just going to go over the lips. Clean it up where you need to. There you go, and then I'm going to give you the overall look.